Hey guys, welcome back for another video. I'm Lay and welcome back to Lay's Place. So you clicked on this video for a few reasons. First and foremost, you like being a witness to greatness because isn't this like, I don't know, like the third series she's created? Isn't this like her third week of consistent videos? Yeah, that's you. Witnessing greatness, witnessing consistency. And the other reason is you're tired of your plants looking fugly also. Before we move forward, first of all, welcome guys. Thank you for coming back. If you're new here, thank you so much for showing up. Come on in, get comfortable, stay a while. I think you're going to like it here. As always, any support, anything that you can offer me is super helpful for my channel, keeps me motivated to keep going. Like, comment, share, consider subscribing, and then you never have to miss the consistency. You never have to miss the party over here that is Lay's Place, that is struggling to be consistent. But I think this series is going to be one that I absolutely can stick to because I'm literally always doing it. So let's get into the video. So y'all, I have been growing plants has it been 4 years yet? Maybe, I want to say 4 years altogether, but 3 years of like intentionally like trying to understand what I'm doing. And so one of the lessons that I had to learn pretty early on was do not be afraid to chop those plants. I think that that is a concept that can be really, really hard when you first start growing plants because it is counter to what the original goal is, right? To grow big, beautiful, or healthy or luscious plants. So the idea of chopping your plants can be kind of difficult. I think some of us start to understand it when we want to propagate. Things I do, especially when I get a rare plant, is I chop. I chop, especially if it is healthy. I am not one of those growers who is afraid or timid. I'm either trying to make some money back or I'm trying to make multiple plants, multiple like pots of this plant, either for myself or for insurance, or like I said, to make some money back. So I think some of us understand it from that point of view. Okay, like, yes, grow beautiful plants. Yes, like I want to share them with people or I want to make more plants for free. So propagating starts to be a place that we're able to, like that cognitive dissonance of like, okay, the idea is to grow beautiful plants, but I also want to grow more plants. So we can kind of hold both of those things at the same time when it comes to propagating and making new plants. I'm not talking about making new plants. I am talking about chopping your plants to one, preserve its beauty, two, maybe bring back some beauty, or three, maybe help it to level up. Let me tell you guys a little bit about what I mean. So this is my variegated umbrella tree. And let's make sure it's actually picking up the plant and not focusing on me. There we are. So she recently got to chop, maybe a month ago, and I chopped her all the way down to the nubs. So she has two like stems, which are actually from a one stem plant anyway. But she has two stems, and as you can see, the variegation is looking beautiful. I try and insert a picture from what she looked like from before this past chop. But this was her second chop since she's been in my collection. And I want to say I've had her at least 2 years now. But she got chopped the first time just because I didn't like how she was growing and she was starting to lose some of her variegation. I chopped her and she came back very, very strong. This time she got chopped because she got scale from another infested plant. And so I chopped her down and treated her, and she has sprouted so many growth points. Chopping plants is not just about, cosmetically, right? Having the look, getting rid of old fugly leaves or renewing variegation. Those things are wonderful and they can absolutely happen when we chop plants, but also the amount of growth points that can be activated when you chop a plant. Oh my gosh, it can just take the plant from beautiful to incredible. So, as someone who loves beautiful plants, who loves variegated plants, who loves bushy plants, I had to learn early on the value of being able to chop my plants. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to rip the Band-Aid off. So this is for people who are not chopping, who are too afraid. We're going to talk about why I'm chopping some of the plants I'm going to show you and what were kind of like the, I guess, criteria that would need to be met for me to feel comfortable chopping a plant. So I think we're going to do two. I think it'll be helpful to see why I'm chopping the plant, and then I will be sure to keep you guys updated to see how things go after the chop. So let me grab those plants and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So this is my Anthurium Pink Dragon. As you can see, she used to be a pretty healthy plant. She's in what I believe is a 7 or 8 inch pot. And she's been with me for a while. She's actually, hold on, let me see if I can show you guys. She's actually, and I don't have a lot of sentimental plants, but she is a plant that I would consider to be a sentimental one. It was a gift from my siblings around when I first started taking plant collecting a little more seriously. And so she's been with me at least 3 years now, maybe a little bit more. I'm very, very attached to her. Now, what you're seeing here is not necessarily from neglect, but I will say that it is from a drastic change in care. She used to be a center of my collection, and I had to change that due to space in my current setup. So she has taken a hit. I'm pretty sure she's been through pests. While I think that those pests are cleared up, of course, you'll see she has a sachet. I'm not playing about pest care this year. And look at the length of the stem. Yeah, she's flowering. Hopefully, she's not trying to keep herself alive. She's flowered a bunch of times in the past. So I really just think, she's just going through a process. But there's also another flower coming in. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see this. So there's this one. But then, hold on. Can you guys see that? Yeah, there's another one coming in. So, hold on. Yeah. So we're going to chop her. But first thing we're going to do is take a look at why I feel comfortable chopping her and what I'm hoping to achieve from that. Okay, so this is a plant that I've had for a very long time. I know it is pretty well established. I actually think some of this happened from a loss of roots and drying out too consistently. She's in a place where she doesn't get a whole lot of sunlight, so I have been watering less. Plus, I'm pretty sure thrips came through that area, or maybe even spider mites for her. And so I think at one point she fell over and kind of got unsettled from her pot, and I think she lost some roots also. But I do know that she has since then put out this leaf right here and these two flowers. So I believe that she's in a good enough place to handle a chop and be able to come back strong. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go water her. See, it's like real loosey-goosey. I'm going to go water her. I probably should be repotting her, but I just don't have that to do right now. And I think that she'll be okay when she gets a nice little chop. So I'm going to go repot her. I'm going to go water her, and then I'll be right back for the surgery. So I'm back. Let's see if I can get the camera on her. All right. So I did water her. And just wanted to show you guys, I also added a little extra soil around the top. Now, what I will say, this leaf right here is so important because it is the leaf that gives me the confidence that this plant will be okay. Put out a new leaf. It's slightly smaller than this one and incredibly smaller than this one, but it put out a leaf. So that lets me know that there's enough happening under the surface for this plant to support these leaves. There are lots of things that I could do. I could air layer. I could actually pot this into a deeper pot and cover the rest of the stem from the rhizome with soil, and it would put out more roots and it would grow and it would be fine. But it's ugly. It's ugly. It's summer and I'm ready to start over. So I'm going to chop her and I'm going to move her. So let's start with the chop. Let me get my shears and then I'm going to disinfect them with alcohol. Okay, all right. So I brought you guys a little closer and a little lower. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go low because I don't like having all that extra stem, and it will grow back. I will make sure to update you guys, and if it doesn't grow back, I'll still update you. Okay. Whenever people are telling me that they're starting with like rare variegated ones, I'm like, oh honey, no wonder your heart is broken. Look at that. I could try to plant this if I wanted to. Maybe I'll do that also. Like just an experiment with this one. But for now, I'm just going to throw it on the floor. So now we're back here. I'm just going to kind of debride it. Get some of the funkies off. Yep. And then I am also going to give it a little peroxide squeeze. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to show you guys where I'm going to put her. All right, I switched to handheld to show you guys this. I did at BTI, and then I just did like a little peroxide on the top, but I didn't see any much bubbling or anything, so it must be fine. So I'm gonna have it there. It's gonna sit in this window. It's gonna get the light that comes in. It used to be over there, which I think was fine, but because we're in a season of growing, I want to put her directly in the window. So she's going to do her thing, and I will let you guys know. I'll probably do like a month update. So, okay, Google, what's today's date? Okay, May 4th. So, I will be sure to do a recording on June 4th, or at least around June 4th, and get that out for you guys. So, let's go look at the second plant that we'll be chopping today. All right, guys, so let me grab this other plant. I'm actually so sad about it, but it needs to happen. It just does. Because she looks like shit. Um, this is my Anthurium Michelle by Doc Block. She looks terrible. Every single leaf. This one didn't even bother hardening. I'm going to assume it's the lack of water consistency or pests. I have been dealing with thrips. It does seem to be mostly cleared up, but it definitely kind of being in the aftermath, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. So same thing. She's actually dry. So actually, do I want to water her first? I'm going to water her first and then I'll be right back. Okay, she is now very well watered. Let me get the camera locked on her, not on me. There we go. So, very well watered. And so, just to be clear, I'm watering them first, not because I really don't think anything's going to happen. None of my plants are like dehydrated or, just in a place where, they couldn't bounce back, but just to be on the safe side. So she's nice and hydrated. So I'm about to chop her. To be completely honest, she has been through so much. Um, she's been through a lot, and she actually is like one of the easiest of my anthuriums to grow. So I don't know why I can't seem to get it together. But I think because she is easy, I think that there are times where I just forget about her. She's also lived in different areas since we've moved here, and it just seems like I haven't been able to like really support her in the way that she needs to. When it comes to anthuriums, and I would say any plant, you want to make sure that you're not cutting like where roots are going into the pot. So I cut this off. I probably am gonna try to prop this just because I like to make money off of plants. Or who knows? I might could prop this part and it become something beautiful. Not sure if it'll work, but I'm always down for that. Maybe put her in the window and some moss in a self-watering pot, something like that. I'll probably do that over the alocasia. Um, but here she is. Here's the top. Come on, focus. Here's the top. I'll probably put some peroxide on it. Hold on, it didn't lock. There we go. I'll probably put some peroxide on it. I think it's trying to lock. I'm gonna take this leaf off also. It doesn't need anything. Um, what's going on above the roots, what's growing out of the pot, important. It can tell you a lot about what's going on with your plant, absolutely. But it is 100% what's going on in those roots that I need, and it will make me feel the most comfortable about doing something like this to my plant. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't care. I'm going to cut it. I will cut whatever I need to. So she is all chopped. Add a little peroxide to the cut just to try and keep it as fresh as possible. Is it locking? Whatever. Now I'm going to show you guys where she sits. She's going back to her old spot, but I'm going to at least show you. Okay, so she sits up here on top of my bag of bow. It's right next to the milled bow, and she sits under the sensi light. I think I have it on 9 hours right now because anthuriums just don't need that much. But I just rinsed out this thing, so I'm gonna load these plants back up here. I'll let you guys come with me. So actually all the plants that sit up here have been struggling, and I'm gonna be honest, I really think that it's mostly because I just haven't been watering them as much as they need to with so much light. So this one I just chopped also. Maybe I'll as an honorable mention put it in the video when I follow up in a month, but that's my marmoratum. And that's I think a pallidiflorum. This is my Black Widow hybrid, I believe, from Baker's Crystal Mag by Strippy Mag. Oh no, it's not Black Widow. Stripey Mag by Pap something something. And I actually do love her. She's also been going through it, but I really think I'm just allowing the substrates to dry out too much. So it actually was a part of the reason that I set this to 9 hours, because anthuriums just don't need that much light. But I also think, like I told you guys, I've been dealing with thrips, so I would cut this one also. But otherwise it's pretty healthy and it has a leaf coming out. So I'm just gonna water it more. But this one, it had scale. It was the one that had scale, and the umbrella tree had gotten scale. And it had all come from one particular plant, but I got rid of that plant. So don't look at the ground. All right, this is Michelle. I know it looks pretty sad up here, but give it some time. I'm actually going to switch this because this one grows up straight, and these like to knock each other. So let me scoot this over. It'll be fine. And then we'll turn you, because there's literally nothing for you to bump into. And then Polity can do her thing. She will eventually get like a hanging pot or something, but for now she's just chilling. Like even her, she never used to have crispy edges, and no, I'm just not watering them enough. And then I'm just mostly bottom watering, but I just need to do a little better. So she's gonna get more than enough light to be able to do what she needs to do. I just gotta keep up with the damn watering. So as a matter of fact, let me take this moment to water everyone up here. And then I'll be right back with you guys so we can wrap up the video. All right, guys, that is it for today. I put the plants where they're going to be with the hopes that they will come back strong. Actually, side note, I'm literally looking at a plant right now that I chopped some time ago. Can you guys see that? Hold on. Put this down. There it is. And she's on her way back. She's on her way back. They come back. Don't be afraid to chop. It could be the difference between ugly plants and happy, thriving, beautiful plants. So yeah, I'm probably not going to root this one. I don't really have the capacity, but I'll root this one because who doesn't want two Michelles, you know? Honestly, I might could chop this and make two plants. So I'm excited for you guys to see what happens. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll see you in about a month. Thank you so much for joining and being part of this new series. Let me know what you think below. Let me know if you chop. Let me know if you think I'm crazy. Whatever that is, I can't wait to hear from you guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time at Lay's Place. Bye.